Welcome everyone to Combat Wrestling Trivia. The World Contenders Tournament Round 1 continues as Paul Meade takes on Jacob Barber in first round action. Let's take you to that match right now. Welcome in everyone. You can see me on the screen. JB3, you're here. Welcome in JB3. Thank you for being here. Tonight we have a first round match. In this match, I believe we'll decide who will face the winner of our last first round match, and that is Michael Turner. Welcome in Jacob Cameron. So, we have to introduce today's players. Introducing first, he is the leader of the Impactful Insiders and the former CWT Pro Wrestling Trivia Champion. It's Paul Meade. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing good, just tired after a long day of work. I'm ready to face Jacob. Pretty sure the first time ever one-on-one wrestling trivia, we faced each other lights out. And I think he'll be a little more verbal tonight than he was last time. So,
Alright, well, we're going to introduce your opponent. And your opponent today, he's a CWT veteran, if you want to put it that way. He's been here for quite a while, and he is a member of the Nation of Defamation. He's been traded a lot, but it's Jacob Barber, the real Jacob Barber. How you doing?
No, I'm kidding. I'll talk. I'm doing good. You know, coming off two good victories, so I'm looking forward to this one. Trying to make it 3, but I know I can't hope for Paul to go 0 for 3 in the final round. So I've got my work cut out for me.
All right. Well, the words have been spoken, but now it is time to go ahead in the chat and bet your loonies. Would you like to bet your loonies? Do you think Paul will win? Do you think Jacob Barber will win? You can go ahead and do that now for everyone that's here. Get those loony bets in. Place your bets on who you think will win, and you might walk away with some loonies as a prize. As we are going to start with round number 1. And round number 1, as always, works like this. 4 questions worth 1 point each. 2 questions each based on the first round strength given by both combatants. 1 final question with 4 possible answers. In a random category, 1 point per correct answer. 8 total points available in round number 1. We got the chat here. Jacob is cheering on Paul, not his fellow namesman. 99 problems, but a Paul ain't one from JB3, and JB3 also says, "Happy birthday, Cass!" Thank you. Whatever the hell that happens there. All right. It's happy birthday to Jordan Owens if he's watching. Sometimes he's here. Shout out to Ben Affleck. But today, your first question comes in the category of WCW during the Nitro era, and your first question is: which wrestler abandoned Team WCW in the main event of Fall Brawl 1996? Alright. Looks like you are both in. Paul.
Sting.
Jacob.
I said the Giant.
Correct answer was Sting. It was when the fake Sting came out. He's like, "See, told you it wasn't me, dicks." All right, moving on to your second question. Who is the only wrestler to be the last person eliminated from a World War III Battle Royal on 2 separate occasions?
Total guess.
Oh, man.
All right, so you're both in. Jacob, what do you have?
I guess Vader.
And Paul.
I said Lex Luger.
Correct answer is Lex Luger. I believe in 96 and 98. All right, now we're going to move on to Jacob's strength, and you chose NXT Black and Gold. And your question is, at which event did Keith Lee defeat Adam Cole for the NXT Championship? What is the name of the event? Looks like you're both in. Paul, what do you have?
So the Great American Bash.
And Jacob.
I said take over 30.
Correct answer is the Great American Bash, which was spoiled by the one member of that tag team that isn't Veer Mahan, I believe. All right, and your second question. Who did Asuka defend her NXT Women's Championship against in a last woman standing match on an episode of NXT in 2017?
And it's between two people.
All right, looks like you're both in. Jacob, what do you got?
Nikki Cross.
And Paul.
That's a Bailey.
Correct answer is Nikki Cross, getting Jacob on the board. Welcome in, Steve Mesa. So, going into our 4-point question, we currently have a score 3 for Paul, 1 for Jacob, and your 4-point question today comes in the category of All Elite Wrestling. And your question is: which 4 women's wrestlers competed in a fatal 4-way match at the AEW's first ever pay-per-view event, Double or Nothing 2019? Seems like forever ago, but not that long ago. Fatal 4-way. There might have been other women's matches on the show, but there was one fatal 4-way. Who was in it? Coming up soon, round 2. JB3 remembers the 4-way with the Iconics that Asuka and Nikki Cross had. That was pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Looks like you both have 4 answers, so we're going to go ahead. And we are going to go to Paul first. What do you have?
I said Britt Baker, Mercedes Martinez, Brandy Rhodes, and Allie.
All right. And Jacob.
I said Awesome Kong, Brandy Rhodes, Nyla Rose, and Hikaru Shida.
All right. Your correct answers are Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, Awesome Kong, and Kylie Ray.
Oh!
So, Paul, you got 1. Jacob, you got 2. Closing the gap 4-3 as we go into round number 2.
All right.
I was thinking Kylie Ray too.
4-3 as we go into round number 2. And round number 2, as always, works like this. 4 questions for each player based on the second strength provided before the match. Each correct answer will award 1 point, and there's no steals. 4 total points available per player. So, we're going to go ahead and start with you, Jacob, and you chose a WrestleMania for round number 2. And WrestleMania, your first question is: what was the first WrestleMania to feature The Undertaker on the card?
Ooh. WrestleMania 7.
That is correct. And your second question: who was the special referee for the match between Jake Roberts and Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 5?
He's like my go-to answer when I can't remember. Jesse Ventura.
It's unfortunately incorrect. It was a Big John Studd. And your third question: who is the most recent wrestler to complete their first WWE Triple Crown by winning the final title needed at a WrestleMania? If you need clarification, let me know. It was a wordy one.
Yeah, Triple Crown, so that's the World Tag
Yeah.
and
A mid-card, like either
Mid-card.
IC or US. So they completed the Triple Crown by winning the final title they needed at a WrestleMania. Who was the most recent to do it? Dang.
I'm just gonna say. AJ Styles.
That is correct for a point. When he won the titles with Omos, he completed the Triple Crown at WrestleMania 37.
Wait, didn't Kevin Owens do it this year?
I didn't see him on the Triple Crown list.
And Universal title, Intercontinental title, tag titles.
I'm gonna say that the Universal does not count towards Triple Crown on the WWE's official thing.
Okay. Alright,
Let's see.
give it to him. I don't. Sorry.
Yeah, it does. It's only it's either WWE or World Heavyweight. All right, according to them. All right. So we are gonna go ahead and move on to your final question, and that question is: how many championships changed hands at WrestleMania 17?
Between 2, 4,
What was the other one?
5.
The correct answer was 5.
Ah!
It was every title except for the Intercontinental, so European Hardcore, Women's Tag Team, and the WWF Championship. All changed hands, but you still picked up 2 points, bringing you up to 5. And you're going to go to Paul and your questions in the category of the Ruthless Aggression Era. And Paul, your first question is: what is the only year in which the New Year's Revolution pay-per-view did not feature an Elimination Chamber match?
You hear me?
No?
2007.
Okay, we can hear you now. We're all good. Yes, that is correct. And we're going to move on to your second question. Which wrestler had their final WWE match ever at the 2005 Great American Bash when they lost to The Undertaker?
Oh, Great American Bash.
Shout out to BioSteel. Please sponsor me. Are you frozen? Are you frozen, Paul, or I can't tell. I'm confused.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh, hello. Yeah, you're
Guys,
there.
I'm gonna try to type in the chat. I don't know if this counts, but my guess is Rene Dupree.
Okay, no, that is incorrect. We were looking for Muhammad Hassan.
Oh!
Muhammad Hassan. All right. So, your next question. How many championships were on the line at SummerSlam 2006?
Six.
That is incorrect. It was just 3. It was the 3 worlds: the ECW, the World, and the WWE. But you still have one question remaining, and that question is: after being drafted to Raw in 2004, who does Shelton Benjamin wrestle in his first pay-per-view match as a singles wrestler?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is correct, giving you the point in the end. Picking up 2. Still maintaining the lead. We both picked up 2 there. 6-5 as we go into the Battle Zone. And as always, the Battle Zone works like this. One question with at least 10 possible answers will be asked. The player with the lowest score will start, and they have 5 guesses each. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. 5 total points available in the Battle Zone. And today your Battle Zone comes in the category of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Hold on. Don't wait. Just think this one out, guys. Think this one out. Your question is: who are the last 10 wrestlers to win their block in the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax? Jacob, we'll start with you.
Okada.
Paul.
Tanahashi.
Jacob.
I'm gonna put him down.
Kota Ibushi.
Okay. Paul.
Zack Sabre Jr.
JB3, yes, this year does count. It is, those blocks are officially over. Jacob.
Evil.
Paul.
Sonata.
Jacob.
Let's go Naito.
Paul.
Jay White.
And Jacob, your final one.
I'll just say Omega because I can't think of anyone else.
Okay. And Paul finishes off.
Throwing out a guess. Ishii.
Okay. All right. So, your correct answers are Tetsuya Naito, David Finlay, Okada, Sonata, Tama Tonga, Will Ospreay, Kota Ibushi, Jay White, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kenny Omega. Paul, you got 3. Barber, you got 4. Tie game, 9-9. Like, that's why I want you guys not to be worried. It's just like name any guy who's main evented New Japan the last 5 years, and you'll be good.
I was worried for a moment.
Like, okay, I'm just gonna think anybody New Japan that.
All right. 9-9 as we go into the final round. In the final round, it works like this. 3 points per correct answer. Start at a low score. Each player will choose 3 numbers between 1 and 20. Each player will answer their own question until they take the lead. If one player's out of questions and does not have the lead, the game is over. If one player runs out of questions before the leader answers any of theirs, a knockout is declared. If there is a tie after both players answer 3 questions, sudden death overtime will occur. Overtime ends when one player is correct and one is wrong. Paul, you're at the top of the screen, so I need one number between 1 and 3 to shuffle the final round.
2.
2 it is.
Good answer.
All right. So, Paul, Three numbers between 1 and 20.
27, 16.
All right.
27 is not one of the options.
All right, Jacob, what do you got?
I was thinking of that joke and I missed your last number.
Oh my God. 16, he said. 27, 16.
I'll take 19, 6, and 15.
All right. So, well, Paul, your first question comes in the category of a WrestleMania. And Paul, your question is, what was the name of the mascot of Head Cheese at WrestleMania 2000?
Oh my goodness. This is gonna pop into my head after I say something else. Oh man. Oh wow. I'm picturing the guy in. I know, I'm way off Cheesehead.
That is incorrect. We were
Yeah.
looking for Chester McCheeserton. Okay,
And
so
that filled it out, but
a funny thing here, we're gonna go to Barber next. You chose 19, and your strength, or your category is in Paul's strength of Impact Wrestling. All right. So your question, Jacob. Who was the winner of the first Ultimate X match to take place at a Bound for Glory event when it happened in 2005? Welcome in, Topher.
I'm just gonna go with Christopher Daniels.
That is incorrect. We were looking for a little Petey Pump, Petey Williams.
I would have said Christopher Daniels first too.
Petey Williams. So, Paul, we're going to go back to you. And you chose number 7. And that comes in the category of Japan. And, Paul, your question is, in which year did the Great Muta win his first IWGP Heavyweight Championship?
Okay. '92.
The correct answer is 1992. 3 points for you, Paul. All right, so Jacob, you chose a number 6 next, and that corresponds to. Where am I at? 6 is NXT. And your question is: Dakota Kai defeated Tegan Knox in which type of match at NXT TakeOver Portland?
Between two match types, I'm not even sure either of them are correct. But I will say a last woman standing.
That is incorrect. It was a street fight. Street fight. But you still have one question remaining. Comes down to this, and you chose number 15, And that corresponds to All Elite Wrestling. And Jacob, your question is: the best of 7 series between the Elite and the Death Triangle began at which event in 2022? Which pay-per-view event?
Revolution.
The winner of this match with a final score of 12-9. Paul Meade, congratulations. You'll be moving on. The correct answer was Full Gear. Full Gear. Paul, you won it out. Congratulations. You'll move on to face Michael Turner here in CWT in the semifinals. Paul, how are you feeling on this win? Came down to Jacob's final question. You still had one remaining. Well, after this, we'll go over what your final question would have been. But Paul, your thoughts?
And I'm glad it's over. Jacob, you're a great opponent. I really want to face you again. Like, you're a really good trivia opponent. And I kicked myself for not remembering Muhammad Hassan, but I pulled out some New Japan questions. Like,
All right. Jacob, for you, it did come down to the final question. We'll see what Paul would have done afterward. You had Paul, you caught up to him in the New Japan question, came down to the final round with a tie game. Jacob, your thoughts and anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed because if I thought a little bit longer, maybe I could have pulled out Street Fight. Maybe I could have pulled out Full Gear if I just took a little more time. I guess I just tried to rush myself. But I got him wrong. Paul got more right. Congratulations, Paul. Not the last time you'll see me. I'm pretty sure I got a match in the works. So I'll focus on that. And maybe this is showing me that, hey, maybe it's time to step away from NXT and WrestleMania because it's not working out as much for me anymore. So we'll see. It's time to play around with some things. But congratulations, Paul. Good match.
Yes, you indeed have a good match. That'll be coming up on our final show, which will feature Andrew Dude Hayes defending the CWT Pro Wrestling Trivia Championship against 2 people of his choosing. Still to be announced there. It'll feature the finals of this tournament, as well as Jacob Barber challenging Ryan McCormick for the Twitch TV Championship. His own faction member. He wants to steal it away from him.
Good luck.
Yes. So, thank you to everyone for being here and everyone that bet their loonies on Paul. Thank you to JB3, Topher, Steve Mesa, and Jacob Cameron. If anyone else was here, I completely forgot, and I am sorry. If you're watching along, thank you for being here. Have a great night, everyone, and we will see you very soon for our next match. Have a good night, everyone.